Okay. Okay, guys, we're back again. We're back again with Genocide, part 2. Anyway, so our main protagonist basically fulfilled the wish of his girlfriend, of his discovered new girlfriend, that he basically spoke, I think Dutch he spoke with her. He spoke a language where he came into the country where he won. 2 seconds. No, actually no. I'm gonna leave my screw up there. Anyway, the thing is, he came into the country he needed to find a terrorist in, and he befriended one of the girls, or one girl that basically spoke a language that he needed to speak to find where the main villain was in the story, in the movie. Find where the main villain was, and the main villain had actually a relationship with this woman before, but because of this woman, we could say, I don't remember her name, but she had green eyes, blue or green eyes. She basically in this future, in this movie's future, basically Bosnia was pretty much nuked with an atomic bomb, and bye-bye, gone, bye-bye, at Wiedersehen, gone. That was really sad, actually. That was like, what the fuck? Okay, I shouldn't have done that, but that was like, holy shit. Yeah, that was my reaction, but I was like this. What the... I was like this, yes. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my review of Genocidal Organ. Anyway, I really enjoyed the movie. It was really fun. It was really good. I don't have many words to say, but like, holy shit! I don't want to live in this future. I really like this idea of this future a bit, but no. I don't want to live in this future, please. Please, I don't want to live in this future. And the sad part about this movie is that some of these things are in our time now. And that scares the shit out of me sometimes. Oh wait, that scares the shit out of me actually. When I was thinking about it, when I was watching the movie, I was like, holy shit, some of these things are in our world now. And it was not good. Anyway, our main protagonist, soldier friend, basically like, they basically cannot feel anything, as I wanted to say. But anyway, the chick anyway, that he became in love with, we call her main protagonist the red hair guy, and the chick with blue or green eyes. He was basically in love with her. She basically tutored him about the language that he was in. I think it was Dutch. Yeah, he was basically tutored by her. Sorry, 2 seconds. It's a lot of information because the movie was really long. Really long movie. But anyway, she basically tutored him about the language, the pidgin language. Yeah, and the pidgin language and a lot of stuff. And the gear and the weapons that they use, or the gear, and even the vehicles that they use is awesome. It's really cool futuristic tech. They're like small capsule airplane thingies with small wings. And they're like firing down like aliens. They're like futuristic alien leg things that have 3 legs and shoot like 300 machine guns like. That was really cool. The design of the weapons and the vehicles, or the special forces main protagonist special forces U-boat vehicle, is like a combination between a dolphin and a whale. Those big whales that are in the waters that has those, I think, blue whale. Yeah, those blue whales. It's a combination between blue whales and an alien type of technology in the future. This is basically like 5 or 10 years or 20 years in the future. If you want to know the time period of the movie, I will put it down in the link on my YouTube, or on this video's link when I upload it to YouTube. Alright guys? I will put down in the description. I will put down the time of the movie, the time that the movie takes place in the description anyway. But anyway, it was really cool. I really like the design of this movie. I really like the futuristic tech. But it's also like, you know, it's like person security or personal freedom condensed into this person in the movie, our main protagonist, and he gets free, and then he makes destruction in the end. which is not the correct way, but the thing is that the Americans in this movie did destruction to everyone in the Western world, and they felt secure in their homes, and now it's basically like they got destruction on their home front because they caused destruction on everyone else, basically. So our main protagonist did a bad thing, really bad actually, but he wanted to make justice kind of, I don't know how to explain it really. He did a finger knip like this, and everyone went insane. And I was like, what the fuck, did it end on this? And I was like thinking, no, it should not have ended this way, but it kind of makes sense. Everything in context, if you think about the beginning of the movie, and I watched the movie, so it's not easy to explain. But if you watch just Genocidal Organ, you will understand what I'm saying. It's basically a combination between Jinro, the Wolf Brigade, if it was on a bigger scale, but it's centered in America and in Bosnia, I think it was. Yeah, in Bosnia. And our main villain, he was from Bosnia, and then he actually promised, after his wife and child died in the nuclear blast, in the nuclear atomic bomb, which has actually not happened in our real life, thank God. It actually has not happened, thank God. I was like, holy shit. But thank you, it has not happened, thank you. But the thing is, I thank you that it has not happened. But he was like, I promised myself that I would, his mission. I don't remember everything of his mission, of the main villain's mission. But our main protagonist basically shot like 200 kids. And he said, I didn't feel much. I didn't feel anything. And then he's like, I wanted to feel, and he talked with a psychologist, a special military psychologist that the government gave him to basically normalize his brain from not having any freaking feelings and compassion. This is basically, how should I say this? I actually heard it from an article. If I go back, I should go back to the movie again, but I forgot. I didn't forget, but I was like, I remembered a little bit that I needed to say. A reporter in, I think it was Sweden or something, during a lumpen or something, during a military, when you go enlist yourself in the military, he was talking, I think in the 60s or 80s, in the 80s or 70s, he was saying that the Russians, during the military in the Russians, he was in the military army in Sweden, he got 2 seconds, I need to drink. He got basically kicked out because he basically didn't think like everyone wanted him to think in the military back then, the reporter. And he said, in his words in the bed, or in the hospital bed, he said, when he was hospitalized because of a virus or something, he said, they want to make every soldier as a robot. They want to make them as the perfect robot soldiers that doesn't feel any compassion, no emotion, no feeling for a human being, just follow orders and become a metal robot wolf, we could say. A robot, like a metal robot, like Jinro, like the movie Jinro. Like a metal robot person that doesn't have any compassion, remorse, or other feelings. And I basically remember that from I think that was a documentary or something. Yeah, it was a documentary that I heard that from. But all in all, the movie was really fun, and the movie was really, really something interesting. I was basically this in the movie. I was basically talked and like, what the hell is happening? And also, I like the friendship between our main protagonist with his friend that had a blonde hair. And I was really sad, like, he finally discovers that his friend didn't die in the airplane, in the helicopter crash, when they were invading the enemy to get the terrorist guy. To get the terrorist guy in the movie, the main villain. To get the main villain in the movie. And it was like, you're alive, what the fuck? And he's like, I will not live in a world where my son knows about the crimes in the United States. And I'm like, dude, you're alive! Holy shit! I believed you were dead, man. And the sad thing is, he doesn't want to kill him, and then they actually work to team up a bit. They actually teamed up as very good friends, you know, they were good friends with each other. But they couldn't even have compassion, they couldn't even have feelings when they are together. Which they actually had, unfortunately, which they actually had. And one of his friends actually died, the main protagonist, one of his friends actually died, as I told before, by subliminal feeling messages, weirdly enough. By the suicidal organ, as the title of the movie was. Yeah, by the suicidal organ was the title of the movie. Anyway though, our main protagonist friend basically go back home, and the movie ends in a weird, kind of cathartic way, tragic, sad, philosophical, tragic way. But the Western world is kind of saved, though the America is pretty screwed over, unfortunately. In this movie's universe, I mean. This has not happened, but it's kind of a like, you know, ding 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 ding. Warning bell here. I don't think it's a good idea, because the Americans, everyone in the movie has basically a chip 24/7 to know who you are, where you're going, and you don't have any dollars or Swedish, you don't have any pesos, you don't have any crowns, you don't have any euros, anything. You don't have any coins. You have only paper. You don't have any paper. You have only your fingerprints, or your headpiece here, or you can even pay with your, I think you can pay with some form of, basically press your finger into this item or into this object, and they scan it, and they basically pay you by transaction by your eyes, or basically you don't use any cash. No questions asked. You basically don't use any cash. And in the place where our main protagonist went basically where the place where our main protagonist went as a spy, there they use money. And also the revolutionists in this movie, the people that worked with the evil guy, they took the eyes of the people from Bosnia, the dead people from the nuclear bomb. What the hell? If I don't know if that's stealing, that's basically grave robbing at the highest degree, in my opinion. That's not good. Fortunately, that will not happen that will not happen. I hope it will not happen. But they said the only way to not be registered by anyone in the world, because everyone in the world is registered by pin codes and codes on their arms or their necks or on their eyes. They basically took the eyes of the dead Bosnian people from our time, which was 2000, I think it was 2015. Holy shit. 18 or 15, holy shit. That's creepy. And also the ring bell that I said before was that, you know, yeah, we should avoid everything negative that this movie is trying to give us a message about here. Try to avoid to not ungive feelings to soldiers. Try to avoid everything that happens in this movie, basically. But anyway, it was a really fun movie. I give it 10 out of 10, no questions asked. Bye bye, we see you next time. Also, they even didn't spare the animals in this, kinda. The vehicles destroy themselves because they are made of the flesh of animals. They are made by dolphin flesh and whale flesh. They're pretty cool gadgets, but I don't know if I want to, you know, have that. And actually, the guys that supported the evil terrorist guy, kind of philosophical terrorist bastard, we could say. They said basically like, you don't even look at the table serving robot thingies. And they basically said that, yeah, I need to take a rest for a moment. Yeah. They basically said that hundreds of children that are working as child slaves, whatever, really bad shit, that are working as child slave, really bad actually. They work to basically take out the flesh of the living creature to make these armors for the Americans, or the special pill vehicles, futuristical vehicles, or even the serving robots that they serve in bars and stuff. And they actually talked about the philosophical thing about, you know, the Americans want to live comfortable, but at the expense of other humans and other people. And that's not really good, actually. That's fucking bad. That's really fucking bad, actually. But anyway, the movie was really philosophical. The movie was really like, I was like this. Shush. I was like talking and also silent. Because I was like taking in the movie. We could say I was taking it in. Anyway, it's a long review. We see you next time. 10 out of 10, no questions.